Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be solving an interesting system from Russia. This is from a math Olympiad. I believe it's Moscow Math Olympiads. We have this system where we have two fractions. One of them is x minus y times the square root of x squared minus y squared divided by the square root of 1 minus x squared plus y squared. That equals a. And you got the other fraction where the x and y are kind of switched around, and that is equal to b. A and b are constants. So we're going to go ahead and solve for x and y in terms of a and b. We're going to do a lot of work, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is take these two expressions and add them together. So I'm going to do the following. I'll add x minus y times the square root of x squared minus y squared divided by the square root of 1 minus x squared plus y squared. And I'm going to add to it the other expression, which is kind of reversed, sort of, the top part. And obviously the radicals are the same. And this is going to be a plus b, because one of them is a, the other one is b. Now, since they have the same denominator, I can just go ahead and add them, x plus y. And then these two terms, they have a common factor, which is minus square root of x squared minus y squared. And that'll give me x plus y. And then I'll divide it by the square root of 1 minus x squared plus y squared. And that is equal to a plus b. So first of all, I added these. I already had a common denominator, and then I factored out. So now x plus y is a common factor. If you take it out, you're going to get the following: 1 minus square root of x squared minus y squared. That is divided by the square root of 1 minus x squared plus y squared, and that is equal to a plus b. Now here's one thing that I want you to notice. I can go ahead and modify the denominator and write it as the square root of 1 minus the expression x squared minus y squared in parentheses. Now take a good look at these two expressions. This one and this one. They are, one of them is the square of the other, right? So think about it like if this is c, if you call this whole thing c, then this will be the square root of c. Make sense? So what happens if you divide c by square root of c? You get square root of c. So these two cancel out, leaving us with what is at the bottom, square root of 1 minus the expression x squared minus y squared. So this turns into the following: x plus y times the square root of 1 minus x squared plus y squared. Now I can get rid of the parentheses and set it equal to a plus b. I hope this made sense. I kind of did it fast, but just to recap, we added these two equations and then used the common denominator and then put the x and y together and then factored out x plus y, and then we simplified the radicals because we have something and it's square, and then we ended up with this. So no more fractions. We got the following expression. So you're going to do the same thing. Let me just tell you, if you subtract those expressions now, the original equations, then you're going to get the following: x minus y times the square root of x squared minus y squared plus x times the square root of x squared minus y squared. And all of that is going to be divided by square root of 1 minus x squared plus y squared, and that is going to be a minus b. To keep a long story short, this is going to be factored because x minus y again is a common factor. We have x minus y here too. Simplify, factor, so on and so forth. And at the end, you're going to get something similar to this. Let me tell you what it is. It's pretty much going to be the same thing, except x plus y will be replaced with x minus y. So let's go ahead and use the same pen for that. We're going to get x minus y multiplied by the square root of 1 minus x squared plus y squared, but this time it's going to equal a minus b. Make sense? So we got this expression and the other expression. So we got like two equations. Let's go ahead and copy this guy over here, or can I just cheat and carry it? I'm too lazy. I don't want to rewrite it. So let's go ahead and put this guy over here like this, and so that we can have these two equations together. Okay, cool. Now, let's go ahead and clean this up a little bit. And this one too. Okay, cool. Now, we have these two equations, and we're going to solve this as a system. We had a system, we manipulated it, added them, subtracted them, simplified them, and then now we got another system. And what are we going to do with this? Just solve this system again by using either elimination or something similar. Notice that we have the same factor in these equations, the radical part, right? So we can actually go ahead and divide, and I always want to keep the plus sign on the top. So let's go ahead and divide these equations in that direction. So it's going to look like this: x plus y times the square root of 1 minus x squared plus y squared divided by x minus y divided by the square root of 1 minus x squared plus y squared, same thing, equals a plus b divided by a minus b. So you can also see what manipulations we did here. We added the equations, we subtracted the equations, now we're dividing them. Make sense? Okay, hopefully it does. Now we can go ahead and get rid of this radical, and we end up with something much simpler. X plus y over x minus y equals a plus b over a minus b. Dividendo, componendo, I can't remember what that was, but this should tell you that x over y is the same as a over b. Because look at this, one-to-one correspondence. X replaced with a, y replaced with b gives us the same equation. Therefore, this implies x over y equals a over b. This is cool because now I can replace x with something and y with something. And what is that thing? I can call x equals ak and y equals bk. Because k is going to cancel out, obviously k is not 0. Alrighty? Now, let's go ahead and take one of these equations. I don't know which one. Let's call this first equation, and let's call the second. Let's take the second equation because I like that positivity better. X plus y times the square root of 1 minus x squared plus y squared equals a plus b. Remember that? And now I want to do the following. I want to replace x with ak and y with bk. And my goal is to find the value of k so that I can plug it back in, find the values of x and y in terms of a and b. That's a lot of work, a lot of algebra, and some of you guys were asking for harder questions. This is a harder problem. It's just time consuming, not too hard, doable hopefully. X equals ak, y equals bk, and then inside it's going to be 1 minus a squared k squared plus b squared k squared. And then that is equal to a plus b. Let's square both sides, and also notice that you can cancel out a plus b. Of course, a plus b should not be 0. If it's 0, then we're in trouble. But if it's not 0, then we're good. We can totally get rid of that. Let's just get rid of that, and this gives us pretty much the k value. But k value contains k in it, so we have to get rid of that as well. Square both sides. So this is 1. If you square both sides, you get k squared multiplied by 1 plus, I'd like to factor this like this, and this equals 1. So I squared both sides, SQ, and now I got the following. My goal is to find k, and I'm getting closer, but I have k squared times k squared is going to generate a k to the 4th power, which is not going to be that good, right? So that's going to give me k to the 4th. So let's use substitution one more time. I don't know how many times we used it, but let's say, hey, let k squared be m. All right? So this gives us the following: m times 1 plus b squared minus a squared m equals 1. Remember, we're solving for m distribute, m plus b squared minus a squared times m squared equals 1. Now we can go ahead and write this as a quadratic in m, right? And then solve for it. How do you solve for it? From here, m is going to be negative b, which is negative 1, plus minus the square root of 1, b squared minus 4ac. That's going to be 1 plus 4 times b squared minus a squared. B squared minus a squared. And that is divided by 2a, which is 2b squared minus 2a squared. Okay, those are the m values, but what is m? Okay, great. M is k squared. You see that? So set it equal to k squared. So to find k, you're going to have to square root both sides. But let's go ahead and take the positive square roots. So let's just go with this to keep things simple. But the other roots are pretty much similar to this. So what I'm going to do next is square root both sides. Of course, I do need to square root this to find the k value because k is square root of m. Make sense? So this is the k value. Do you like it? I hope you do. Now we're going to find the x and y. What is x? X is a k. So just multiply this by a and you'll get the answer. Isn't that easy? Right? Piece of cake. Okay. So it's going to be this and the y value is just going to be bk, so replace a with b, and you'll get the y value. Exact same thing inside, and that's going to be it. And of course, there are more values, but I just wanted to show you this one, and the rest is fairly easy to find. Just time consuming. Okay, great. And this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you next time with another video. Until then, be safe, take care, and bye-bye.